Canada bans assault weapons, including 1,500 plus models and variants. Canadian fishermen sure have slippery fingers, the principal models being prohibited, M16. I am pretty sure that no civilian could have ever purchased legally an M16, a fully automatic assault rifle, which was very likely already prohibited. Edit. It's been reminded to me that the latest Marine variant is not truly full auto anymore, but limited to burst mode automatic. The M16, M4, AR-10, and AR-15 rifles were used in the Sandy Hook, New Zealand, Las Vegas and Orlando mass shootings. I checked and it looks like no M16s or M4s were used in any of these shootings. This is a sloppy article. Removed. From the article the term assault style has no legal definition in Canada. The Firearms Act also does not currently classify firearms as military style. That term would have to be defined in the new regulations. Assault style is a broad meaningless term. Was curious as to what the firearms in the list were, and the list is all AR-15 M16 or M4 based rifles. All of the folks who want these made illegal should have listed them as AR-15 M016 M4, military derivatives. Some of the more interesting assault weapons from that list. Z086, AR-15. COM. I need to get me an AR-15. COM assault rifle. Wonder what the clip-hazine size on that baby is. Z115, missile launcher BGM-71 TOW. Is there a problem with Canadians firing wire-guided anti-tank missiles up north? Do Canadians just have TOW missiles bolted onto their pickups like Moose ISIS or something? Russian artillery M1942 anti-tank gun. Ah yes. A World War II Soviet anti-tank gun. Glad they took those off the shelves at Walmart. Swiss anti-tank rifle tank Busk 41. Moose are pretty big. Should reconsider that one. Allied armament Browning M3 aircraft. Can't have people ripping off the machine guns from World War II era fighter planes. Hotchkiss 1934 Cannon SAH. French anti-tank gun. Never fired, dropped once. Japanese anti-tank rifle Type 97. Not a huge loss. Didn't cut it in World War II, ain't gonna cut it now. China Lake X-41. They built a grand total of 50 of these things. Ever. Only 4 still exist. The new ban would probably not have stopped Wertman from obtaining his weapons. He did not have a license to possess or purchase firearms, and police have said they believe the guns were obtained illegally in Canada and the United States. https://www. com/world/2020/May/01/Canada assault weapons ban Trudeau Nova Scotia shooting, https://www. Thaguardian. com/world/2020/May/01/Canada assault weapons ban Trudeau Nova Scotia shooting. I can't believe they banned the missile launcher FGM-148 Javelin. What about freedom? You don't need an AR-15 to bring down a deer, he said. It's funny because 10 US states ban deer hunting with 56 because it's not powerful enough to kill the deer without unnecessary suffering. The term assault style has no legal definition in Canada. Why? Doesn't Canada have extreme vetting, magazine restrictions, permits, travel/range restrictions when it comes to firearms? And isn't most gun crime in Canada done with pistol just like the U.S.? This was a pre-election promise, but it appears it took a mass shooting to get it implemented. What we really need is additional border security to prevent smuggling of firearms into Canada from the US. The illegal firearms are a larger problem than the legal ones, IMO. LOL at calling the M14 an assault-style weapon. It's basically every deer rifle. Removed. As somebody who is personally pro-2A, but anti-NRA, crazy, I know, I'd just like to chip in my dollar. I'll lead with I'm an American, so I get that this doesn't affect me at all, I just don't see many pro-gun folks giving any logical arguments. First of all, automatic weapons are already illegal. The type of gun where you squeeze and hold the trigger and bullets continue to come out. Those are illegal. Semi-automatic means one squeeze equals one bullet. Assault rifle in these instances purely refers to the cosmetic look of the gun. Technically, a real assault rifle is a gun that can switch between automatic or semi-automatic fire, or fire in bursts. No legal civilian rifles can do this anyways, so assault rifles as they pertain to civilians is a misnomer anyways. If you take a Browning Bar Mark II and an AR-15, a bar looks like your typical hunting rifle. An AR-15 is more of what the military would use. In terms of legal use by civilians, they are functionally identical. One squeeze, one bullet, magazine fed, pistol style grip. They are literally functionally identical. But they do not really look the same. The argument that the pro-gun community is making is that banning assault rifles is banning a gun for the look, not the function. It's more about a blue ribbon for "we banned assault rifles, hooray" than about banning what they see as a problem. I understand this won't get a lot of love on Reddit. I'm not after the internet points. I just hope that people can at least understand the logic of the pro-gun crowd even if they personally disagree on the fundamental issue of gun ownership. Edit * changed carbine to Remington R25, then changed to a Browning Bar Mark II. After it was brought to my attention the R25 is also on the list. I have a question in regards to this quote. These weapons were designed for one purpose and one purpose only: to kill the largest amount of people in the shortest amount of time, Trudeau said. In the US, the purpose of the Second Amendment is specifically to allow civilians to have weapons that are capable of killing people. Canada, of course, is a completely different country, with different laws and different reasons behind the law. May I ask, what is the law in Canada that allows firearms, and what is the background/purpose behind that law? Many of the mentioned models aren't even assault weapons, since they lack a selective fire capability. Mini 14 is semi-automatic, AR-15 is semi-automatic unless illegally modified, and so on. They aren't different from any other semi-automatic hunting rifles in that regard. This ban isn't based on any actual facts, just on what the public thinks a dangerous weapon looks like. Can someone explain WTF a assault-style weapon even means? Does this mean all semi-autos are banned? Does it mean guns that look tactical and black and scary are banned? Canadian here. To the best of my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, please, automatic weapons are already banned. Any firearm requires licensing. Mace is illegal. Any weapon held with intent for self-defense is illegal. You cannot carry a knife for defense. We have another tier of licensing for anything beyond a hunting rifle, more or less. Having that license subjects you to daily automated background checks. All weapons must be locked away, ammo must be separately locked away. There is never a justifiable reason to have your weapon loaded outside of hunting or shooting range. To move a restricted weapon, e.g. handgun, out of your house, you must contact authorities, follow a designated route to the shooting range, and nowhere else, even stopping for gas, with the weapon locked up in a separate lockbox from your ammo at all times. I own no guns, and have only been shooting once. I am a very liberal, city-dwelling Canadian with no pony in this race, who lived in multiple areas with rampant gun crime. I do not understand what this ban seeks to accomplish. We already have extremely locked down gun licensing, daily background checks, transportation restrictions, and extremely anti-personal safety laws. You cannot legally defend your home in Canada. You cannot legally own any weapon, including bats or knives, with intent to use them for self-defense in any situation, to the best of my knowledge. I genuinely want somebody to explain to me how this ban could possibly reduce gun violence here. I am open to changing my view, but know that I've lived in some shady places with lots of gun crime and none of it was with legally purchased guns, because to own anything other than a hunting rifle or shotgun, you subject yourself to random police screenings and daily background checks. People who know the gun laws, and agree that this will help reduce violent crime, please explain why, and I'm happy to learn. Edit. Corrections from responses. Asterisk ammo and firearms can be stored together, but never loaded outside range/hunt. Asterisk authorization to transport restricted firearms is more lenient now, allowing pre-designated routes, gas stations, and even hotel stays. Asterisk possibly able to carry a weapon, non-firearm, but this is still a bit murky for me.